Hi, I'm Carissa Callan, and I'm here during National Library Week to talk to you about some of the sexually explicit content in our public libraries here in Huntsville and Madison County. Today I'm at the Monrovia Library, where we have some of their children's books, young adult books, juvenile books. These are books that are for children ages 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and then preteen and teenagers. And they have sexual content that is not appropriate for children of that developmental age. So I want to highlight a few of those. One is this book called The Big Bathhouse. This is a picture book, sometimes called an easy reader. These are kept in the bins where children can walk up and flip through them. It looks, I don't know, like fun, like maybe we're going swimming. But as you read the book, you find that the girl has gone with her Japanese mother and grandmother to an actual bathhouse. And so this shows full frontal nudity of women in a picture book for kids. And if you live in Madison County, maybe you haven't bathed with your child. And so this could bring a lot of questions that you have to answer when you are not ready to discuss that with your child. A juvenile book, which would be for children 7, 8, 9 years old. This one is called Changing You. So it's about your changing bodies. And not only do we have a child's body that might be what it would look like when the child is 6 or 7 years old, but we also have adult woman, adult male, and their body parts. And again, if you haven't talked to your children about sex yet at age 6 or 7, you're going to have some stories to tell. So this is not appropriate for children at this age. This should not be something that they can just pull off a shelf and look through and be surprised by and ask questions of and cause concern. Teaching children about sex is the parent's responsibility, not the public library. This book is called It's Perfectly Normal. Now, a lot of these books that I'm going to be talking about today have only come out and been published in the last 5 to 8 years. It's Perfectly Normal was originally published in 1994. This library's copy is 2004. This edition just has a heterosexual couple, which I still would not want my child to see at age 6 or 7 or 8. More recent revisions and editions have the inclusive heterosexual couples as well. So those pages have 3 adult couples in a bed having sex. Also, we have images that are graphic in nature. If these were photographs, they would be pornography, but they're illustrations, so they get away with it. Plus, we're going to teach 7-year-olds how to masturbate. Not appropriate. In addition to sexually explicit content, and we're highlighting just some of the many books that can be found in the Huntsville-Madison County system, there's also a new push for gender identity. I want to highlight a book called It Feels Good to Be Yourself, a book about gender ideology that is in the juvenile section in nonfiction. Nonfiction means fact, not fiction, real. Let me share this one page with you. See, when you were born, you couldn't tell people who you were or how you felt. They looked at you and made a guess. Maybe they got it right, maybe they got it wrong. This should offend every medical doctor and pediatrician out there. And it should also offend those who do know by looking at a child what it is. It is not a guess. It is biology. You take the diaper off and you look and you know if it's a boy or a girl. But they are pushing this on children, telling them that it is a fact that you can guess. Not appropriate. Another board book that is nonfiction, which means real, says some people are girls, some people are boys, some people are neither, some people are both. So you're going to have a child who picks this book up and looks at it at school or in a public library like this and goes home and wonders, what, I'm neither? I'm not a boy or a girl? How can that be? How can I be both? Or you have a girl who likes to play with her brother's cars and trucks. Or you have a boy who likes to play with dolls with his sister. That's all perfectly okay. The number of truly gender dysphoria children is very small. They do need counseling. They do need therapy. The majority of the people who question their gender grow out of it. So let's not push books on children to cause more confusion. It's not appropriate. Another sexually explicit book in juvenile for ages 7, 8, 9. We're going to talk about the boy's guide to growing up. And we're going to have these illustrations. Again, it can't be a photograph because that's pornography. But we can have illustrations that show an erection. Why does a 7-year-old need to see that? There should be conversations with parents, not the library. As children grow up, they can move to the young adult section. The young adult section is geared and written towards children 12 to 17. 12 is young, 17 is not. There's also the children who outgrow the juvenile books as far as their reading ability, but that doesn't mean that they are mentally ready for some of the topics that are in young adult books, topics that are not intended for preteens. The preteens are not mature enough to handle these topics. One such book is called Sold. This is about a 13-year-old Nepalese girl that is sold into the sex trade because of her family's debt. This is a very heart-rendering, heartbreaking story. This story is told through an adult lens, meaning the topic is a very, very heavy topic. It doesn't need to be in the young adult section. One option is to move young adult books to the adult section so that mature adults and adults who have children who are at a mature reading level and mental capacity to understand these, parents can check them out for their children. But right now, the library cards that we have, any child can check out an adult book. If your child heads over to the adult graphic novels because they want something about Iron Man or Marvel Comics, this is on the next shelf. So it's something to be aware of. Even though it is classified adult, cataloged as adult, which I appreciate they at least did that, it is still inappropriate and can be checked out by your children. So if any of these books concern you, or if you have run across other books in your local branch of Huntsville, Madison County that also concerns you, there are some ways that you can respond. You can reach out to feedback@hmcpl.org and let them know that you're concerned about these books. You can reach out to your city councilors, your county commissioners, your mayors. You can reach out to your legislators. Let them know that you are concerned about the content in these books. Do not think that this is going away unless we do something about it. They are sexualizing our children by continuing to push gender ideology and basically porn, except it's illustrations. Please, please, if you are concerned, reach out to your city council, county commissioners, mayors, and the library. Thank you.